We're out garage sailing in Pensacola, and the things you learn. It's incredible when you talk to people in the history. This little house right here, Bugsy Seigel, right? The guy that started, the mob guy that started Las Vegas, he hid out here for about a year, according to the oral tradition and everything. In that little house, built around 30s, you said. And we're on, I forget what street we're on, but we're down here close to, what's that? Brainerd Street, down here in Pensacola. And tell that story again. Plum Nilly, you said.
Oh yeah.
Can I put it on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can feel you. Okay.
They when the people in the city asked the people out here where they lived, the people out here would tell them they live in Plum Nelly because it was Plum out of the city and Nelly out in the country.
That's amazing. So one of the reasons we love garage sales, learning the history. And I always see an old house, I gotta ask, when was it built and what's the history? And probably a month ago, I bought a stack that big of books of history of Pensacola. And I'm about this far through it. And so the more I travel, the more I ask, the more I learn. So I just love it. It's fun. History is great. Okay. All right, one more thing that he told us. Inside this house, they were doing the floors and sanding down the wood floors. And there's a 38 special that they found, casing, a little brass casing, and they left it. And there was a knot in the wood, and somebody hammered in that 38 special casing and tried to fill in that knot. So could it have been Bugsy Seigel that did that? That's the question. We don't know, but that's kind of a neat idea. And what was the other thing?
He found evidence of.
He found evidence that Bugsy Seigel did live here for about a year
in Pensacola.
So that's worth further study. But what a neat thing! What an amazing thing! And it's interesting how you can get oral history and learn things. And he was talking about how, well, this guy over there and that guy over there, the old folks, he said, they're all gone. Imagine all the things they would have known that we never found out, because when people die, they lose all that information. So what a cool thing to be living in a museum of Pensacola. And everywhere we go, we learn something new. It's kind of fun. Okay. Here's a piece of living history just up the road. On the back, zoom in, it says one piece at a time, and then it says WWJD. Well, most Christians think that stands for what would Jesus do, but there's a picture of Johnny Cash. What would Johnny do? What a funny looking vehicle. I'm telling you, man, living in Pensacola is like living in a museum of living history. It's pretty awesome.